All right, folks, what a great day it is. Football is back. Kickoff of the NFL season is underway, and we are one half through the first game of the season. And if the first half is any indication of this NFL season, the Eagles look like they are going to be pretty good again. If this was the first game you've ever watched or the first half of football you've ever watched, you would just assume that Jalen Hurts is the best player in the NFL because he looked fantastic through that first half of football. But there's a lot of season left, a lot of things that can go wrong. Really interesting to see the Eagles' best player, Jalen Carter, or best defensive player, Jalen Carter, get thrown out before the first snap of the game. That was really interesting. I'm not sure I've seen that happen before, but it's time for my week one preview, and there are three monster divisional games this weekend. Number one, I think the biggest game in the AFC all season long is this week when the Ravens travel to the Bills. I think this could determine a lot of things. It's really unfortunate for these two teams, really fortunate for us as the viewer, but I think unfortunate for the team that these two teams, that their most important game occurs the first week of the year, because this could really determine who gets that bye, that first round bye, and a home game if and when these two teams play again. So I'm really looking forward to the Bills and Ravens. I am going to take the Bills to win that game. That is not one of my official picks, but I think the home team, I think these two teams are very evenly matched, and I'm going to take the home team to win. The second one, we have the Lions at the Packers, and I really changed my outlook on the Packers last week with the addition of Michael Parsons. I think he's the best defensive player in the NFL right now, and I think this completely changes our team. I'm going to take the Packers to win that game. And then finally, on Monday night, I'm going to talk about the Monday night game here in a second because it is one of my official picks. So let's get to my picks. So you guys all know the drill here. We pick 5 games every week. We track our progress throughout the year. Last year was pretty rough. I was sub 500 last year. 2 years ago, I was well over 500. So this year, we hope to get back on track and hope to start off with the winning week on week one. So here are my 5 picks. Number one, I'm going to take the Bears plus 1.5 at home versus the Vikings. And I was really surprised to see the Vikings were favored in this game. I thought the Bears should have been favored. And there's a couple things I'm looking at here. Number one, this is J.J. McCarthy's first football game in 2 years, and he has not taken an NFL snap. I think this is a really tough spot to be in your first game ever as a pro on Monday Night Football versus a division rival. They are going to be crazy in Chicago, and I look for the Bears to win outright, but I'm going to take the Bears plus 1.5. And on the Bears side of things, I think the Bears game this weekend is probably more important for any team in the NFL. I think things could go really south in a hurry if Caleb Williams comes out and looks poor. Their offensive line is much better. Their wide receivers are good. He's got a lot to work with. So I'm going to take the Bears plus 1.5, and I think the Bears win outright. Number two, I've gone back and forth on this one a lot, but I'm going to take the Seahawks plus 2.5 at home versus the Niners. And I'm not certain I really trust anything about this 49ers team right now. It seems like a lot of guys are already dinged up. That's kind of the story of the 49ers the past couple years. And I think the Seahawks might be the sneaky good team this season. Darnold, we know what he did last year, although it came to a crashing end. He was solid all year long. They've got a couple. I love JSN. I drafted JSN on my fantasy team. I had to have him. I think he's a top 10 wide receiver. Cooper Kupp is coming over, and I think they got a pretty solid defense. Seattle's a very tough place to play, and I am going to take the Seahawks plus 2.5, but I'm going to take the Niners to win a very close game. Number three, I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 1 on the road versus Indianapolis. And you've heard me talk about this now a couple times, but I think the Colts are going to blow this year. I think they're going to be very bad. They have Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback. They have really no great wide receiver. They got a lot of number 2s, but no number 1s. There's nothing really that sticks out to me on defense, and I just don't think they're going to be very good. And right now, I think the Dolphins have been taking so much harsh criticism that now they've somehow become underrated. And we forget that Tua, when he is healthy, has been pretty good. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are both solid. And last year, the Dolphins were missing their 2 best defensive players all year, and they get those guys back. So I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 1 to win outright on the road versus the Colts. Number 4, I'm going to take the Bengals minus 5.5 versus the Browns. And I think the Browns are going to have the worst record in the NFL. I think they're going to have the number 1 draft pick a year from now. Their schedule is very tough starting off. And the Bengals have really started off very slow the past couple of years, and they're going to look to really come out and make a statement after those slow starts here the past few years. I think the Bengals, although you can say what you want about them on defense, they are very weak on defense, but I think they have the best offensive personnel right now in the NFL. I think they have the best number 1, 2 wide receiver combination. I love Chase Brown at running back. I just think all around they're the best offense in the NFL right now. I think they are going to really take it to the Browns this week and win by more than a touchdown. And then finally, number one, I'm going to take the Texans +3 at the LA Rams. And there's a couple things that really scare me right now with the Rams. I think the Rams had the best chance prior to this season. I think the Rams had the best chance to beat the Eagles to really go to the Super Bowl from the NFC. This Matthew Stafford injury is really concerning. He spent very, very little time practicing this year. I think he's going to really struggle to make it through this season physically, and he's going to have a lot of health issues. I love the Rams defense. I love their wide receivers with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. I just really worry about the health of Matthew Stafford. Jimmy G is their backup quarterback right now, and I don't really know at his age what to expect from him. That's the biggest holdup. On the Texans side of things, I love their defense. 2 elite pass rushers in Hunter and Anderson. I think they're going to be solid on defense, one of the best defenses in the NFL. They have a top 5 wide receiver, and we're going to see what CJ Stroud can do in year number 2. But it's really that Matthew Stafford injury that has me most concerned right now, and I'm going to take the Texans +3 at the LA Rams. So those are my week 1 picks. Let's see if we can start off 5-0 and get off to a good start, and really looking forward to watching football on Sunday.